Boxing King Media in association with Boxer. A special guest today, a guy that I grew up watching. I was telling you off camera earlier. Adil Anwar, former English welterweight champion. Adil, the fans probably haven't seen you on the screens for a long, long time. Before we talk about what you've been up to, in fact, we'll talk about that first. What you've been up to the last few years since you retired?
Nothing. I've just been busy with family, living, spending time with my kids, working, and that's it really. Just keeping busy with with my family. That's it.
What is it you do now? Because fans have probably been intrigued to know, what does Adil Anwar do now post boxing?
Well, now I work as an IT analyst, so I'm working as an IT analyst, but hopefully moving on to as an application support analyst for DAZN as well.
Interesting, because they're based around Leeds, aren't they?
Yeah, they're based in Leeds. Yeah, so just next to the White Rose Centre. So hopefully they start.
Good. So you always spoke really well, and I can imagine you being that type of IT type worker.
Yeah. Well, I just come across calm, but I don't know.
Good stuff, man. Do you look back on your career, and have you got any regrets? Anything that you felt like, because you had a good career, you had 22 wins, 7 losses, you fought on TV, you won the prize fighter tournament, which is a big highlight. Any regrets that you can think back to?
You always have regrets, and that's one thing that you just take it and that's it, move forward. But alhamdulillah, I achieved quite well. I felt as though I achieved quite well in boxing. I did quite well, made a name for myself, winning fights at short notice periods. And I think that's what we're lacking at the moment, is that kids wanting to jump in the ring at short notice. So, that's I'd like to see that more, with a kid wanting to come in and fight, taking on a challenge like that. That's when it comes to fighting, I would fight anyone at a day's notice. But now we don't see that, do we? It's hard to make these fights. But inshallah, let's see how it goes, isn't it?
Definitely so. We were saying earlier, when you was fighting, if you compare the amount of British Asians that were fighting then compared to now, the numbers are crazy. We was trying to name some people from your time. I don't know if people in the comments can drop some names, but we only thought of yourselves, Adnan Amar, and Amir Khan. I can't think of anyone else.
Well, there was that Yassin Al-Machi. He also won the prize fighter tournament. Other than that, I don't know. There's not many, is there, that you can name, to be honest with you. But you know what? Now that you're seeing a lot of Muslim Pakistani boxers coming through in the ranks, it's brilliant. It makes me happy. That thinking, look, at least now they're coming forward and they're doing well with the sport. So it's good. Just keep it up. Do what you're doing, and inshallah, see you at the top.
You're obviously now that guy that's retired, and you must bump into some of these young fighters now. There's so many I could reel off. Do you ever bump into them, and do they come up to you? And because obviously you had amazing footwork, you were a slick boxer. They must talk to you and get advice from you.
Well, I do. To be honest with you, I've kept out of the media for ages. I mean, you were lucky enough to grab me here today. This is probably the second boxing show that I've been to since I've retired. And I just came, and to be honest with you, I'm here to support Subi, because he used to train at the same gym that I was at, and he's a good prospect. So it's good to see, we have to get behind our own, to be honest with you. We have to get behind, the young prospects that are doing well in the sport. So just do that, that's it.
Good stuff, man. As well as Subi, who's obviously trained by the Ingle gym, he's having his 3rd fight tonight. He's got a tricky customer, Carl Sampson, who took about 5 O's last year. Just tell the fans a little bit about Subi, what kind of fighter he is.
Subi's a very sharp, technical fighter. He's got amazing footwork and he's got good hand speed. He reminds me a bit of myself, but I think he'll get this nice and easy win. But he'll have plenty to learn, because this is only his 3rd pro fight, isn't it? So yeah, let's see how he gets on, and I just hope he does well in the game.
And we were just saying how there's so many British Asians. I'm talking about that because obviously you probably played a part in inspiring a lot of these young kids who have, some are in title contention, some are making big names for themselves. Any names you want to drop from that you're quite, keeping a close eye on, or you follow? Are you worried about missing anyone out?
No. Boxing, I'm not going to lie to you, right? Since I've been retired, I've not paid no attention to it. Like I said, I've been spending time with my wife, my kids. My family, we recently just moved, so I've been busy with all that stuff. But it's good hearing or knowing that there are a lot more Pakistani fighters coming across the ranks. You've got the Azim twins. You've also got Hamza Shiraz. There's loads of fighters. You've got Masood as well, doing really well. It's nice to see, when your own people are doing well in the sport. Back then, when it was just a few of us, a lot of them unfortunately couldn't, fulfill their dream because A, they didn't have the backing, they didn't have the sport. I just don't think people understood it as well as they do now. And this is all down to Amir Khan because, mashallah, he opened so many doors for younger generation. I mean, like with me, Adnan and Amar, we didn't have that kind of reach, but Amir did, and he used it quite well. So I don't care what people say about him. He's been an amazing role model for boxing, and not only that, for the younger generation.
I agree with you, man. He definitely inspired a generation, and he was probably inspired Nazim Hamid's generation, which is good to see. And just about yourself, Adil, I bet you've got so many crazy stories from your career. And at the time, you did really well. You won an English title. You came short at the British level. I think up until now, there still hasn't been a British-born Pakistani that's won the British title. Ijaz Ahmed got very close last night.
Hang on, who? I'm sure
Kash Farouk, but he's I think he was born in Pakistan. What I meant was like British-born.
Oh, okay, yeah, there isn't there? Yeah, there isn't. No.
If I was to say, drop me a name, who do you think it could be?
Well, there's Hamza Shiraz looks like a good prospect, but he's going down. Is he not going down the world WBC rankings or WBO?
I think he's probably got a very good chance. The Adam Azim's too young.
Yeah, they're too young. So I think, definitely Shabazz Masood, because he beat Jack Bateson. He was a good friend. He's a good, stable mate of mine who I used to train with for years. Very hard-working lad was Jack Bateson.
One of the nicest kids I've ever met, Jack.
Eh?
One of the nicest kids I met in boxing, Jack.
That's what I mean, yeah, he's a lovely kid, and honestly, I was rooting for him. But Masood, a very good fighter. He came out on top, and that's it. And I see Masood doing really well. Now I think is he in line for the British title or something? Yeah, I'm sure he will be. Yeah. So if he gets the shot, I think he'll definitely win it without a doubt.
Hope so. And just want to wrap up on yourself, Adil. Just share a story with me from your boxing career that you probably think back to and chuckle about, because I bet you must have so many from the last minute fights that you took, probably cutting weight. There must be some crazy stuff.
Well, no, there has been crazy stuff. I mean, I was always a big eater, so that's my trainer to tell you. So I was always overweight with my fights, and I think 4 days notice, Adnan Amar rings me up saying, Adil, I can't take this English title fight. Do you want to take it? And I was like, 4 days notice, shall I do it? So I jumped on the scale straight away, and I was about, 3/4 of a stone overweight, so 10 pounds overweight. I thought, yeah, easy, I'll go fine, I'll take that fight, that's no problem. 4 days notice, I'll go with it, right? I'm fit anyway, right? I wasn't really. So as soon as he got off the phone, I rang back, told him, I said, Mark, look, I'm going for an English title fight. Adnan's just offered me it, so we'll go for it. He goes, all right, fine. He goes, are you sure? Well, yeah, I've been ticking over, I'm fit. All right, we'll go for it. So I just kept fit, kept running for the last 2 days just to get the weight off. And I got in there, I was drained, like knackered. And then we got in and I beat him. I think I stopped him, in the 7th round or something like that. But it was a good fight, yeah.
Was that your proudest achievement or winning the prize fighter?
I think prize fighter, to be honest with you, because with prize fighter it was a mixture of different styles coming together. And I tell you what, Tyrone, who I had in the finals, he was a quality operator as well. And I know because we used to spar quite a bit together. So it was just using my tactics, the strategy, that how I'd beat him, over the 3-round period. And yeah, we got in there, and I think prize fighter did open up a lot of doors for me in terms of that, give me a lot of obviously coverage and stuff. But alhamdulillah, I think I'd done well in the sport and walked away.
Definitely, you walked away healthy and you're happy, you've got a family, you've got kids. So well done to you, Adil, and it's been a pleasure speaking to you. You was always a gentleman from your boxing days, and you still are. Any final message to your fans who are probably wanting to know, wanting that update?
Well, yeah, no, just thank you very much for the support. I mean, obviously, I never ever announced that I've retired or whatever, so there'll be a lot of obviously fans that are thinking that, is he going to make a comeback or what? I think I'm not. I'm retired, happily married, mashallah, 4 kids now. So just getting ready for Ramadan now, and I've not put on too much weight because I always thought I was going to balloon up, but so that's it.
I might title this Adil Anwar officially announces his retirement.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually announced it to anyone. Yeah, so yeah.
It's been a pleasure, Adil. Thank you for your time.